May profits be upon you. Welcome to another weekly Forex forecast. This is the pound USD, the pound USD cable. You got to excuse me for the way I sound. I've been under the weather for the last several days, and I'm trying to get back to good health. But I want to put out some analysis, and I'm trying to do it Saturday night instead of Sunday. I'm trying to get into that habit so I can get better exposure and uh, deliver these analysis to my viewers in a timely fashion, more timely fashion. Let's see. All right, now we're looking at the weekly time frame, and as you can see, the market has been making lower lows and lower highs inside of a descending channel, and this lower high is a potential lower high because it's only a lower high after it makes a lower low. So there's the potential for this to be a lower high, being that it is located at the top of the channel. That gives us a higher probability that the market may turn over around this area. Now, let's take a close look at that area. Now, all right, if the market is to continue making higher highs and higher lows internally, all right, as this seems to be a pullback as long as it's below this high here. This high is the last high before the break of market structure here, which makes this a downtrend, right? This is a high, this is a swing high and the swing low, and we are trading within the range of that high and low. All right. And we see this as a correction to this impulsive move, this impulsive leg down, right? So uh unless the market continues up high and breaks this high, we are still technically bearish. You understand? As soon as we break this high and trade above it, that's when we turn bullish. So I personally, on a swing, on the higher time frames, in a swing trading, from a swing trader's perspective, uh, I'm not going to be looking for longs here. I'm not going to be looking for longs until we break that high. Right now, I'm looking for shorts. I'm looking for the market to turn around, and if we take a closer look, we can see that there was a manipulative candlestick here that week, 3 weeks ago, right? This was the end of January, the high of January, but it broke structure, right? It broke structure, but it didn't trade through and above that previous old high. It did not. It did sweep the buy side liquidity from there, but it didn't trade through and close above, which would be actually a real break of market structure. This is not a break of structure. This is just a actually it's a liquidity grab. Okay, let me get this. Let me get this. Let me get this. I don't have something called liquidity grab. What do I have there? There it is. All right. So it's just a liquidity grab. And it came back into this range. All right. And the best way to play ranges like this, the best way to play ranges is to take shorts on from the highs and longs from the longs from the bottom. The thing is, you go to the 15-minute, 5 minutes, look for that change in the state of delivery from bullish to bearish, and then look for those confirmations. Then you have your entries on the lower time frames, all right? But that's how you would play a range, all right? But this looks manipulative, and this looks like accumulation, all right? Manipulation, a pullback into the range. That would lead me that there may be a high probability that the market may continue lower to the sweep the sell side liquidity as it has already swept the buy side liquidity. All right. Now, what could happen is the market is going there's room to move higher now. There's room to move higher to sweep this high and this high the same way it swept these descending highs here as draws on liquidity. The market took them out, and we could be going up higher with but still protecting that those protected highs there. It's a protected high because it created and broke a structure bearishly and traded below this low. All right, so this is a strong high. This looks like a correction to this impulsive move. So we're waiting for that correction, that retracement to end. And what would tell us it has ended when it breaks this low. That's when we see the market trade through this low and pull back. That'd be a great time to take a short, a high probability short. All right. Here is where the market would tip its hand that it's the likelihood is that we would be heading towards this low once we break this low here. All right. But this is the confirmation. This is the early warning sign, what I call a change in the direction, change in character. The market breaks that low, there's a good chance this would be the change in the state of delivery here. And we could see the market pull back up, and this would be a nice trade to take. I would be happy to take a short from here. All right. There's room, like I said, there's room to go and sweep these highs the same way it swept this high, and then come on down. It'll take out those who entered shorts from up here, who have their stop losses up here. It'll take them out of the trade, clear it all out, clear out all the buy side liquidity, and then head on down, because this is at the top of the channel, that descending channel that the market is in. So as a confluence, that we can look at that as a confluence. So I am definitely leaning towards bearishness. Yeah, I don't want to take a long. I'm telling you right now, I don't want to take a long and from these levels until the market trades above that high. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, if we go to the daily, what we can see is that the market is in this fair value gap, right? Pulled away. It broke this high from this swing low, moved up, pulled back, and pushed higher, breaking that high. All right. And we pull back into the fair value gap here. All right. From the fair value gap, it closed above the fair value gap, pull back to the beginning of it, to the top 25% of it, right? And here we are now. Could we push up higher? Like I said, there's these liquidity points up here that would make great targets for the market to sweep buy side liquidity before a move down. All right, we could go higher in the short term for a longer term breakdown. This would require, that move up would require that the U.S. dollar, the Dixie, and I already put that video out, and the U.S. dollar index analysis already. So go check it out. All right, for the upcoming week, I've already put it out, and there is a scenario where I see the market, the U.S. dollar getting weaker, and in the short term, and the market here, the pound USD, could take advantage of it and outperform the US dollar. The pound could outperform the US dollar in the short term, and then make this move down. I'm looking at both scenarios. What's going to happen is I'm going to watch this fair value gap. All right. That's what I want you to do. That's what I want you to do. I want you to watch that fair value gap, and I want you to see if it fails. If the market closes below this low, boom, 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 there's a good chance we are going to see this low and a pullback into this bearish leg for another move down. All right, that's what I'm going to be looking out for. All right, that's the bearish scenario. The bullish scenario is it was bullish momentum that brought price up here in the first place. Sorry, okay, that brought price up here in the first place. That's bullish. That's bullish price action, and you see on the daily we did get a close above these highs, this one and this one. All right, we did see the market pull up, down, and then up, making a higher high, a higher low, and then a higher high. Boom. All right. Took out these internal highs here, all right, for liquidity, and then kept up and swept all of the buy side liquidity. We could see the market continue higher uh what do you call it? Fair value gap, right? We could see that if we see the market clear above these highs here. All right, let me mark it. These is two down closed candles. We have a V-shaped kind of recovery there. We see the market break this. This would be a very nice change in the state of delivery if the market can trade above this and stay there, and trade above it. We could see a scenario where it reaches for that high and these two other highs before the next move. Okay. Again, I'm not interested in taking longs as much as I am looking for this area because there are some confluences to look at for a move down. So we'll see. All right. I need some strong confirmations before I start taking longs in the pound USD. This looks like a very nice run. We take all the buy side liquidity. I'm not so sure there's another reason to push higher as this is already trending down, like I told you, like I pointed out earlier. So we'll see. All right, there's a bullish case to be made, though. There is a bullish case to be made in the short term. All right. I hope you got picked up what I put down. All right, and I'm gonna point you to the fact that I put out a analysis for the Euro USD and the US dollar index. Uh, go check those out. Leave a like if you would. That would help me grow this channel. And I will see you in the next video. And thank you for watching. May profits be upon you.